Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going over something that I don't think is covered very well in current YouTube fashion, blah blah blah, whatever, on YouTube. Isn't covered very well on YouTube. So I got a couple questions about what people are supposed to be doing at certain levels and how strong they should be and what they should be doing to be like stay up in competitiveness or whatever. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So today I'm going to talk about how to gear yourself efficiently all the way up to level 150. And I say 150 because at that point, the final item set you're going to get is Pencilier from monster drops. After that, the rest of your gear more or less is going to come from doing bosses and quest lines. So in order to get to that stage, you do need to be able to move up the levels and do it efficiently because no one wants to be clicking buttons for hours, right? Before I start, I'm just gonna see if I can get one of these to a better potential. Just something with Dex or Epic. Okay, no, that's not enough. Give me a percent. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's 3. Okay, 2% Dex. Okay, so say, and these are all just scenarios that I'm putting out. Obviously, it's gonna be different depending on each person. So say you're training, right? All your items are pretty much going to drop from monsters when you're training. And you're only going to be able to get a specific certain drops because, like I said, after that, the rest of your items comes from bosses. So as you're training, you're almost guaranteed to find a hat, a cape, a glove, an overall, a shoe, and maybe an earring. Earrings are dropped from very specific monsters, and sometimes you'll see one, sometimes you won't. It's whatever. Oh, you also get a weapon. I don't know if I said that. So basically, I'll just unequip these to make it easier. There's actually a reason why I'm doing all this, so if you're wondering why I'm just unequipping stuff for no reason. Um, the belt was an event item. So these are pretty much the only items you'll be able to get up until at minimum of level 100. These are more or less the only items you're going to be able to have. Um, what you're gonna notice as you level is that each they drop items very specifically in your level range. And so, say you get an item that you really like, right? This glove, for example, has +8 dex. I'm a bowman. So what I'm gonna want to do is make it better by star forcing it. Star forcing it costs mesos, but typically you'll be able to loot enough mesos to star force your gear. It's very cheap. You can see right here is about 10k. Oh, it failed. I just failed at 95%. You can see here it's about like doubles each time, but it shouldn't be too much. This game does really well to help new players make sure they still have some mesos in order to upgrade. And as you can see right here, I fully upgraded it. And it gives me negative range. Well, that's because I have a better item. But say you got this and this is your best glove and you equip it. And you're training and then you find another glove and imagine that this glove was better, right? You don't want to just throw away your glove and then star force it again. This game actually has a really cool system where there's an item. If you have an item that's better suited for it, you can actually click on it, and it transfers over everything. So say you got an item that dropped with a really good potential or really good flame, and the flame is just the bonus stats that you see in yellow. It's like the 8844, and it's really good, and you don't want to lose it. Well, you could actually transfer not the flame, but you can transfer the potential and your star force. Usually you only want to do this with an item that gives you range. And what I mean is like say you're wearing this, but this item actually gives you range without doing anything to it, then you know it's time to upgrade. So you want to take this, use this key right here, and you'll transfer over the stats. It'll say success, you cannot fail that. So afterwards you have your new item, and you want to get the last star. It will deduct one, but this one deduction will save you a little bit. And then, oh, okay, just failing everything today. But boom, now you're done, and now you're gonna equip this until you have the next best item. And that'll go all the way up until you reach the Pencilier set. I think, like I mentioned, Pencilier is the highest grade equip that will drop from regular monsters during your training. So once you start getting the Pencilier gear, you know that you've enhanced it all the way, and you're probably going to be using these for a while. And then from there, you probably don't know how to get the rest of your gears. You can see there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus or minus a few items that you can't get. You'll get an emblem. I just don't have one because I haven't accepted the quest. Um, and you're like, how do I get these items? Well, starting from level 100, you can get 2, and the 2 that you can get are these 2, the Aquatic Letter Eye Accessory and the Condensed Power Crystal. And in order to get these, you have to do a boss. This boss is called Zakum. He's in Elnath, Dead Mine, and you want to come here and go right one map. So I'll demonstrate now. The 2 accessory drops that I just showed are pretty decently rare, so you won't always get them, but if you do it enough times, eventually you'll get them, and you need to, otherwise your character is going to be really weak. Unless, you know, you're not new at this game and you whatever. But you're going to talk to this guy and you're going to ask him to receive an offering, and you want to get the normal or chaos one. And just things, I should just say it real quick. You'll have a quest on the side you have to accept before you can fight Zakum. I think it's a level 50 quest and it's called Zakum Statue of Dread or something. As you noticed here, there's 3 modes. There's easy mode, normal, and chaos. Chaos is really hard for someone at level 100. Easy is incredibly easy, and normal is just right. I know easy Zakum opens up at level 50 and it might be tempting to run it, but don't save that for when you're level 100 so you can run normal Zakum. Most classes should be able to solo this without problem. So you want to go to Adobus. Did I get the drop? Yes, I did. And you're going to enter. What you're going to do, you're going to stand in the middle and you're going to drop this eye right in the middle. And he's going to spawn. And you're just going to kill him. You have to kill his 8 arms and then his body. And he'll drop an assortment of items. As you can see here, we didn't get either one of these, but I promise you guys he drops both of them. You just have to run enough times to get them. He also drops weapons, so as you can see the Ephesus bow is level 100, so if you need a level 100 weapon, you can get one from here. And you see here, there's a hat, and there's a Zakum helmet. You don't really need to use this anymore. It used to be a really good item, but now most items beat this right off the bat. So you want to clear Zakum until you have both of these. Oh, and then I didn't pick it up, but in there he also drops. Oh yeah, I did pick it up. Every boss in the game drops an item called an Intense Power Crystal, and basically these crystals you can sell for mesos. But I'll show you guys that real quick. But basically you want to clear Zakum every day until you get your face and your eye accessory, and even after, you still want to keep clearing him and just take those boss crystals because they'll give you mesos to use. Basically, you'll go into the free market, which is in every town. You're going to talk to this guy, go to your etc. tab. As you can hear, I get about 2 mil mesos and I sell it, and that's all. So that Zakum gets you those 2 accessories, and now the next one that's a little bit harder is going to be Horntail. So Horntail also has 3 modes: easy, normal, chaos. Easy is really easy, normal is fine, chaos you're definitely going to need somebody to carry if you're a new player. Horntail drops technically 2 pendants and a ring, and earrings. So he drops this. Chaos Horntail obviously drops the Chaos Horntail necklace. Normal Horntail is going to drop the normal Horntail necklace. And both of them, normal or hard, has a chance to drop the Silver Blossom ring. And if you can see on the side, there's an earring in there called the Diacitus earring. Those are the 4 accessories that Horntail drops. And in order to kill him, I think you want to be about where I am right now, level 150-ish, to kill normal. It might take some time, but if you're hitting about 1 mil lines, that's usually when you should be able to solo normal Horntail. Obviously, if if you make friends or if you join my public Discord server, which if you want, I'll leave in a link in the description down below. Also, if you want to know the maps to train, I'll also leave that in the description down below of a training guide where what you should do to train if you're a lazy person or you just don't know where to train. But yeah, like I said, Chaos Mode's going to be too hard to solo, but I think most classes should be able to handle normal Horntail under after all these changes have come out. Just make sure everything's in place. Yep. And you're going to want to be level 130 for this. I actually don't even know what skills are. As you can see, I'm hitting about 150 to 300k lines, and it takes a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it does take time, but if there's nothing else you can do, then you pretty much, this is your only hope. But these are my stats. I have about 2.2k dex and about 125k range. What? Man, I played this in so long. Okay, I'll stop doing that. So this might take a while, but I just wanted to show that it could be done. Just so people know what they're supposed to be doing. Obviously, there's going to be some classes that are weaker and some classes that are going to be stronger than Pathfinder. So take that what you will, but generally speaking, if you're hitting 500k lines, you should have no problem soloing this boss. They haven't really revamped him in a while, so that's why. Back in the day, you could solo Chaos Horntail, I think, with doing 1 mil lines. So, wait, that's a lie. That was normal Horntail. But yeah, I'll just get through this. Now it's time for the main boss. What you're gonna do, you're gonna come to this map and just beat this crystal. I feel so weak. Why do I feel so weak? This timing might take longer depending on your class. Pathfinder is really good at hitting multiple targets at the same time, so it's gonna go a lot faster for some classes. Also, it'll be much better for classes that have knockback resistance, unlike archers. So, as you can see, I keep getting knocked off the platform. That'll slow down your time, but don't worry, just be patient. Just hold down your button. Oh my gosh. I hate knockbacks so much. See, we're like halfway there. I really gotta hope I don't die. Oh, I have 5 lives. Hold down the same button. Eventually he dies. I'll jump over here. so I'm not really saying much because they're gonna wait till I finish the boss, which is taking about 5 minutes. Um, there's really not much to it. He just stays still the whole time. Am I? What? Oh my gosh. I got seduced? What the heck? I didn't know I was a mechanic anymore. Oh my gosh. So back in the day, everyone would focus on killing these arms first because they have a skill that can seduce you and make you run to the wall. Back in the day, you only had one life, so if you died, you were out. So people tried to kill the arms first. And that's pretty much a given. So now, I guess it's still a thing. So if you want to survive, you do have 5 lives now, so it shouldn't be that much of a bother, but... Yep. As you can see, I leveled because this boss does give a lot of EXP. And that's just a bonus. A lot of bosses, if you can clear them at these levels, give you a relatively good chunk of EXP. As you can see right there, ahead just gave me, I think that was 12%. This last one's probably gonna give me something similar. Oh my god, it's taking so long. Okay, it's gone. And if you look down here, here's one of the pendants. You can only loot one of them. They are one-of-a-kind special items. So what I recommend is if you loot one, something like this, if you're luck class, definitely keep that. You'll never get 21 again. You'll drop it, pick up the next one, and you see 28 decks. I'm a bowman. I want it. I want to keep that. And you pretty much just want to loot the rest of the items to see if you got anything else that was useful. As you can see, I got a weapon and overall. These may or may not be useful, but I didn't get any more accessories. But you got a pendant. So you see this, and then you just want to do that, and wow, okay. If you get something like this, is great, and all these stats work out for your class, it's great. And you'll use that, and that'll be your pendant. And just like I said, these are you're probably gonna have to Star Force because you ain't gonna get a lower level pendant. So then you'll do what I'm doing right now, and you'll just level all the way up. And that's Horntail. And keep in mind, he drops an earring, 2 pendants, based off 1 from each difficulty. Easy does not drop a pendant, so actually I don't think it does. Might. I don't think so. Don't do it. It's a waste. Um, drops a ring and an earring. It's not this earring, it's a different one that I don't have, but yeah. And that's pretty much how you're gonna get all of your accessories for now. You can get additional accessories and a belt from doing a quest line called Princess No. That one's a little bit later and takes more time, I think. Um, so that's pretty much how you're gonna gear yourself all the way to level 150. This is pretty much more or less the completed set. The only thing I'm missing here is an emblem, which I'll try to find. Oh, just kidding. I don't have one. That's so weird. How do I get an emblem? What? Okay, whatever, not the point. But you'll likely have an emblem, you'll accept it from a quest, and then it'll be yours. But yeah, these are pretty much all the gears you're gonna have up until 150, 160, 170, when you can start doing other bosses getting carried. Gollux is where you're gonna get all your rings, and your pendant, and your earring. You can get a shoulder from Magnus, you can get a belt from Magnus, you get a better cape than this from Magnus. Pretty much it just all comes from bosses, and that all comes from carries. And if you guys want to see that video, let me know, and I can explain in depth which boss drops what items and which ones you should focus on getting, etc. But other than that, that's how you're going to gear your characters up to level 20. Thanks for watching. I'll leave a link to my public Discord down below for those of y'all who have watched to the very end and need a boss carry. I'll be there. Also, if you need a training guide, I'll list that in the description down below too. If you need to know where to train so you can get these gears, so you can upgrade, get strong, be fast, and stop wasting time training slowly on this game, because nobody has time for that. See ya!